Alright, so back in the VAB, and I am planning for Vostok 2. And from what I can see, 2,500 electric charge lasted about 90 minutes to 2 hours. So it's about between 90 and 120 minutes. So if I say about 5,000 electric charge for, let's say, 3 hours to be on the safe side, I will need about 10 times that, which gives about 30 hours. That's for continuous, because it's up there for a little bit longer than the 24 hours that it actually needs to be for the contract to complete. So I would need about 50,000 electric charge. Yeah, about 10 times 3 hours. 30 hours is 50,000 electric charge. So I've updated electric charge here, and it's 166,590. So that is massive overkill. So if I put 60,000 in, but notice it doesn't affect any of the meters per second of delta V that I seem to be getting, so I might as well just leave it full. So I'll move that. So I'll leave the full 166,590 electric charge. So at some point in the future I'm going to have to look at solar panels, as I said before. But according to the build aid, it doesn't actually use electric charge, but we have seen that it actually is using electric charge. Just not for life support. Not that much anyway. So the pod obviously is using more than it, but that's just the build aid for tag life support. That will show you how much the actual... where is it? Oh, it's there. Yeah, it's 190 watts, which is the 0.19 units of electric charge it's using. So that's 190, so it's a tenth. So that measurement you see at the side of the resource panel is the tenth. Alright. I think that's about it. That's the only thing that was concerning me. Everything else, I've got 4 hours, almost, well, 4 hours and 43 minutes over the 1 day that's needed. I've got 19 hours and 24 minutes over the 1 day of water supply, and I've got a full extra day worth of oxygen. That's plenty for contingency, just in case we spring a leak. You know, one of the tanks could spring a leak, it's contains the air, and 160,590 electric charge. That lasts us a good few days. Yeah, 50,000 electric charge will last about 30 hours. As I've calculated, quite a rough calculation, but on a guess. The 166,500 will last us quite a few days. Quite a few days. Alright. So I'll put the fairings back on. Nothing else has changed. Just that. I've noticed when you put a crew member on board, you lose about 400 meters per second. So right now I've got 10,822. So that's 822 over 10,000. Yeah. 800, that's about, crikey, that's about 600 meters per second, isn't it? I think Valentina's put some weight on. Don't tell her that. Alright, so I need to reposition the fairings back to where they should be, which is above the decoupling of the liquid boosters. And that's about it. Now we should have at least the command pod descent module. Alright, so we knocked a day off. So that electric charge, extra electric charge, obviously taking an extra number of days. But we did actually recover the pod. So we rename that to Vostok 2. Alright, so this will be the endurance. That's something else you need to check whenever you do anything with procedural parts. I've said this before, but you really do need to check for any gaps. Anything like that can cause it to break up on the pad. The main reason why normally I would never save a craft with the fairings attached if I've got procedural parts on the actual craft itself. Even if I had any procedural parts here, I wouldn't put the fairings on. I wouldn't save it with the fairings on, just to make sure that I knew and understood that I need to check the procedural parts in here. Everything else seems to be fine. No gaps anywhere else. Right, so nothing else has changed, just more electric charge. So it's 12 days, 4 hours, 46 minutes and 6 seconds. I'll go ahead and build that. I'll only build one at a time, because I've built two at once at the same time, you know, alongside each other, and I've had to scrap one. Alright, so let's head out, let it build, let them roll it out to the launch pad and head to the launch pad. Alright, launch pad, very early dawn. I keep seeing lights over here. Let's unlock all of that. I thought I'd unlocked all of this already, but never mind. So we'll keep thermal locked for now. Alright, so full throttle. Just exactly like before. I'll try and go a little bit sort of more towards pro grade. I keep saying that, but I keep chickening out because it doesn't seem like it's going high enough to actually achieve a stable orbit, so I keep taking over. But we'll try it this time. Right. Seems to be okay. Let's see, charge check. The blade is 225. Yeah, 166,590 electric charge. Yeah, everything else is fine. Don't have a great deal of fuel in the actual service module for, well, not really for RSS either. You know, it looks like you've got massive amounts of nitrogen. You can use up a ton of it, as we saw. But you can't go too high because the Tonka 250 and the AK-20 isn't that one. You only got a few seconds worth of burn time from that motor. Alright, so there we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so bottom throttle out. Activate the ullage motors, the actual fuel dumps. We need to ignite now. Alright, so 3, 2, 1. Crosses 0 should just about, but not quite, almost perfect. We'll stop around 50. So it's time left to complete 5 hours 59 minutes. Oh, I see. I know what's happened. It's measuring like Kerbal day, not on one of our days. So it's only measuring 6 hours. Well, that's not the contract's fault. That's obviously down to the fact we're playing in RSS and it's crikey. What's it's miscalculating. We have 2 contracts. I believe we've got 2 contracts for Vostok 2. Right. Launch Vostok 2, reach orbit instead of specified 1 day. Well, achieve an altitude of at least 182 kilometers. Oh dear. Right, so that's the other one. That's the contract we need to complete. And this is also saying 23 hours 56 minutes as well. So obviously this is wrong. No, that's not a problem. I need to get up to 182. I can always reignite, well not reignite this motor, I can just dump fuel though. So it needs to be at 180. 180, so I'll just... No problem. So, at least 182, so we'll make it a nice round number. Move the payload assist module on. About 185. Yeah, so obviously that display is actually wrong. Both contracts are saying 23 hours. Or 1 day. Yeah, that's 23 hours 53 minutes. So that started counting before we actually achieved the orbit, which is a bit weird. Or just as we achieved the orbit, maybe. So what's yeah, so Freedom 7, that contract just basically, because we went suborbital anyway, while you're actually circulating your orbit, you have to go suborbital. So that measures that as being completed. If amount of time specified 1 day. So I'm thinking this. Yeah, I'm thinking this is the Mission Controller 2 contract pack. It's not a big deal. If it says 1 day, we stay in orbit for 1 day, not 6 hours. But it still says Earth, which is weird. No big deal. Right, so I'm going to put the thermal back up. And I'm going to close the windows. No, well, I'll wait till I reach the apoapsis. Just going on to the periapsis now. Electric charge is still 190, yeah, 190 watts. Tons of electric charge. What am I doing? The wrong one. Yeah, so that measures in minutes, not seconds. So it's 2 days, 0 hours, 26 minutes for oxygen. Right, don't need that on anymore. So we'll walk forward. I will shut the top motor down, so we can't use that anymore. Shame there's no windows in the that's the only why I like the Mercury capsule. Because you can look out. Right, Valentina. You have anything to tell us? No, you got nothing to tell us. I'm not entirely sure whether the actual CO2 scrubber works either. I mean, I've got what's it called? Potassium superoxide on board, which is the third. I think it's the third ingredient you need to run it. It takes carbon dioxide out and it's supposed to give you oxygen back out and waste. Obviously, the waste gets stored. Once it's full, it just gets vented. But I've not actually seen it actually increase the oxygen amount. But then again, it's supposed to be like full day. So we can start it. It takes electric charge. And it doesn't seem to be taking any electric charge either. So I don't know if it does it when it's demand, a bit like the actual fuel cells. Fuel cells don't actually work till actually there's some demand there. So obviously there's no demand because we've got 2 days worth of oxygen at least. So I can't see any reason to even need that anywhere. At some point I might need to get it working somehow. Right, let's walk around to the apoapsis. Right. I am not going to use RCS. That second core stage, has enough gimbal in it. There we go. So we still have a great deal of RCS. It's got no throttleable engines either, which is why I can't land on the moon yet. Okay, I think we'll just drift slightly towards the apogee, apoapsis. Oh, what's happened here? The battery is short-circuited. Well, I can't see anything wrong with the electric charge. It's another reason why I need to start sort of fitting multiple batteries like I was with the probes. If you get a short in one, you can charge it back up again as long as it's not damaged. Then you don't have a problem. Yeah, I think that's mission controller 2. Which is give me the erroneous message here. But the contract itself stipulates 24 hours. So that's okay. Push this away a little bit further. Not too much further though. Actually, something that way 185 by 185 as close as I can get it, as secularized as possible. Oh, there's a service module. Well, the second stage, I should say. Charge holding up. Seems fine. I've got 9 minutes to complete. I would have completed fully, but for some reason it stopped the warp. It's a funny looking thing though. So I'll stop a few seconds before it completes. Let's see what happens. Looks like it's completed the contract. At least the aspect of it. Yep, Flight Vostok was almost a complete success, marred only by the heater that inadvertently being turned off prior to liftoff, and that allowed the inside temperature to drop to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius. It brought with space sickness and a troublesome re-entry when the re-entry module failed to separate cleanly from its service module. So unlike Yuri Gagarin on Vostok 1, Titov took the manual control of the spacecraft for a short while. Another change came when the Soviets admitted that Titov did not land with his spacecraft. Titov would claim in an interview that he ejected from his capsule as a test of an alternate landing system. It is now known that all Vostok program landings were performed this way, so not a single one of the Vostok program vessels actually landed with the crew actually inside the capsule. They all ejected. So the re-entry capsule was destroyed during development of the Vostok spacecraft. That's not what I mean by that. What I mean that when they recovered these, they tested them. As of 2013, Titov remains the youngest person to reach space. He was a month short of 26 years old at launch. 114,726 funds, 15 signs, that's nice, and 20 reputation. So to reach orbit and stay about for amount of time specified 1 day complete. That's actually incorrect. So it's funny because most of the contracts in this pack don't seem to do that. So for some reason, must have sort of missed this particular contract maybe. So I've got 6,000 extra funds and 10 research points, I suppose, science points, and 6 reputation on that. So I picked up quite a few extra science points. So I've got 95 now. And I'm back up to 8,759,990. It might seem like a lot of money I'm getting from these contracts, but for what I want to do in the future, I'm quite ambitious, and there may not be any contracts to do what I want to do. So this time I need to use RCS. So RCS is on low power. So just as before, I'm going to bring apoapsis and the periapsis, so I'll be at the apoapsis, so hopefully I will pull that towards. What on earth is this thing doing? Oh, get on with it, for crying out loud. I've no idea why it does this. So activate the engine. Throttle is at idle. Okay, so it's burning 3, 2, 1. It's about 100 kilometers. Apox is actually a little bit higher than before, so I'm going to bring it down to 100 kilometers. I'll bring it down to about 90, I think, actually. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I've no idea why it keeps doing that. Be great if I actually see something. That's something else I will definitely fit for the next mission. I'll fit some lights onto at least a couple of lights on either side. Store all the equipment, shut down the engine. So about 50%. Just that little bit of manoeuvring, we went through 50% of every single field we've got. So it's not suitable for doing the rendezvous missions and all that sort of other stuff. It's impossible. There's no way you've got enough fuel. Alright, so let's separate. I think it's safe to do that. Don't got any electric charge or anything like that. No, we've got nothing like that in the actual service tank. Service module. Alright, so let's separate in 3, 2, 1. Shoots are already armed. So shoots are already armed. So we can't see anything. Oh, never mind. Let's walk forward, not too fast. I don't want that hitting us because of physics lag. And I will stow the antenna. Just about. I don't think we're going to land on there yet. We might, yeah, we might do. Actually, we will do. So So we'll come down on the Earth, on the actual sunny side of the Earth. Okay, still the track the antennas. No telemetry, still nothing. There's not a great deal of science to be had, is there? I mean, surely she can tell us something. She's orbiting the Earth, more than anybody else. But I suppose the contracts give you science as a reward, so it's not too bad. Okay, entry phase starting. Science to be had. I'll still on that rotation. Something aerodynamic. It could be the shield causing it. G's again. That's within tolerances. Ship's already armed. There's nothing else to really do. Right. I don't think I'd feel very comfortable on a descent capsule that's constantly rotating to the left all the time. Thinking maybe the chute, because it's slightly off. Obviously, it's not actually in the centre of gravity. It's not the centre of mass, I should say. So it could be causing that slight oscillation, it could be causing it if it's slightly off prograde, off retrograde I mean. It's slightly off the node. So it could be that. It's causing a slight offset. But there's not much I can do about it. I need the extra. I could put an extra sheet on the other side. Fit them in symmetry. In a pair. It's a lot of shoots though. Well, then again we can't take any risks. What's the service module and decoupler? That's gone. .3 signs to be had there. Nothing there though. So a little bit more information about the descent. Drug chute number 1. Junction number 2 and then main chutes. Then the radial chute will open up to full. Right, once that happens I'll warp down, I can splash down and recover. So that's Vostok 2. So that's the entire day in space. Alright, so splash down. I'll read the contracts after we've recovered the craft. So we used so it's 149,000, 166,000. So that's less than I thought. So that's 14, that's 10, it's about 20,000, it's about 20, less than 20,000 electric, so 50,000 would have been way overkill anyway. But it's better to be safe than sorry. Okay, let's go ahead and recover. Alright, so Vostok 2 completed. Crew report while flying over Earth. Water 1.3. Recovery vessel returned from Earth. Obviously, no signs. Recovery of the parts. Yeah, food, oxygen, water. The ability to get a little bit of money back. 43 funds. So 165 it's starting. It's 225, isn't it? So 150, so it's a fair chunk, but nowhere near critical. The ablator being used. And the Vostok capsule and the parachute, obviously, and all that. So now Valentina Kerbal is at level 1. Let's take a look. So the flight was on my notes. Yeah, we've already read that. 318,550. Two signs and 6 reputation for Vostok 2. So make a register. Alan Shepard's mission was a 15-minute suborbital flight. I've already done those already. So the reason why I'm taking them now is because I need to clear them out of the historical progression contract tree. Contract pack tree pack of tree. So 380,550 to science and 6 reputation again. So the same reward for Vostok 2. Alright, so just off the Bahamas. So I thought it was Bermuda. Never mind.